Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been a long time, but today we're going to do a overview of the E92 M3, and I've got it up for sale and time for another project, which I'll tell you guys more about. And this car is awesome. It's just an absolutely incredibly well balanced and well thought out car, and we'll go ahead and kind of go over it and show you what it's all about. Of course, got to get a little shot of it before we pull her out. The sun coming in on it, it's beautiful. It's dirty, so don't mind me. It's not all detailed right now. All right, so I'm gonna do a cold start. It is keyless, so as long as you have the key in your pocket, it'll start up. And it has memory settings, 2 memory settings for the seat positions. And I started it was probably, I started 2 days ago. And then before that, it'd been about a week. So cold start. I'm gonna just pull her out of the garage, let her idle a little bit here. I'll park it all funny. All right, so as you can see, cold start, there she is. Got the sun setting, it's beautiful. And I should probably turn my Bluetooth off because it's got the CarPlay, the Mr. 12 volt setup. But here's the exhaust, I'll turn it around. All right, so she comes down to idle. I'll go ahead and talk a little bit about the car. So the biggest thing, deterrent for most people, is going to be it's got a rebuilt title. So the title, the car had damage on the front right side. I'll put a picture here. It was very minimal, but it triggered an airbag sensor. So the passenger airbag went off, which caused the car to basically salvage, and then it's been through a shop that repurposes damaged vehicles, and now it's a rebuilt title, which means it's technically got to meet a minimum standard of safety and compliance or whatnot. So you can see it. It's a beautiful car, and it's built the way I like it. If you guys follow my channel at all, you guys have seen probably my Porsche that I built, and I definitely don't really skimp on things. I went all out with the Porsche, and the same thing with this. I had a vision. I wanted basically a pretty friendly daily driver that was still sporty and functional enough to go and rip the canyons or go autocross it. If you want to do a track day, you could too. I always recommend additional cooling, especially on the E92 or even the Porsche, pretty much any car. But as is, you could take this thing out and rip it and it would be exceptional. It's got aftermarket headlights in it. That's how they look. I'm gonna go over some of the things. I put this cap, that is not color matched. So the car has been painted. It's a version of fire orange, or trying to be like that, but it's not fire orange paint code, so it's not paint to match or anything like that. It's just it's orange, so it's not going to be like the Lime Rock edition exact match. It just won't be. So it's got the carbon splitters on it, composite on the front, the side skirts, the rear, and a rear diffuser that it came with. It's got a rear trunk spoiler, and I've got 2 more in the garage that are the taller ones that are the same carbon setup. It's got ESR, I believe they're RF11 wheels. You can correct me in the comments. I forget off the top of my head, but they're pretty sweet setup. And I don't have the center caps. I was gonna put the BMW center caps on, but it turns out the ESR center caps are a different size than the BMW center caps, so they don't fit, which is why they're not on there. So you'd have to get ESR caps or caps that you want. The car is in great shape. If you look at the paint, I mean, it's dirty right now, but if you want to look through the car, I'm going to walk around it and show you any imperfections that I'm aware of, which there definitely are. Probably get a vinyl wrap for the toe strap cover, tow hook cover. But you can see the paint, just so you guys can see it. I'll probably go ahead and turn it off in a second here too, but areas where the paint's not so great are, and then here's the roof, the carbon roof. You can see it's in really great condition. There's one spot right here that needs resealed. And then in the windshield, there's a rock chip right there. But other than that, pretty cherry. On the front end of the car, there's a couple paint issues. There's a scratch here. And on the front bumper, you've got, this is just dirt and a couple paint chips here from some rock and debris, just like you'll see on anything. There's a couple hairline stress cracks here, and some damage here. And anywhere the white is, obviously, is some paint chips, but there's a bug and some dirt stuff. That stuff will come off. The hood's in pretty good condition. Not really any blemishes on it. There might be one right here that I know of. And then this side of the car is also, as you've already seen, in really good condition. There's a couple areas that have like some stuff on it. Just needs to be detailed. It comes off with a little bit of moisture. And then, as you see, the door jambs are painted. I'm gonna open up. The interior is in great shape. That was one of the things I really loved about this car, is this thing is in incredible condition interior wise. You've got the M3 CSL comp steering wheel. It does have M Sport mode. When I swapped them, they forgot to put the M button back on, so I have one if you want it. And then you've got the Alcantara shift boot, the wireless charger for your phone that sits there instead of the ashtray. Got your center console, no cracking on the leather. The leather is in incredible condition through the whole car. And the sound system works well. It's got the Bose OE stuff in it, carbon trimming. We do have lights on the car. It's got 2 of the cats, I believe, and then straight through on the other 2. I'm not quite sure. I forget exactly what the orientation is, or maybe it's 1 and 1. So you've got a O2 sensor. You've got the lights because of the aftermarket lights. Let's see what else we got. Airbag sensor. I'm not sure why the airbag sensor was on. The guy said that he could swap out the sensor if I wanted to, but you might have to dial that in. So I don't know. All the Beamers I've had have always had stuff like that. The EDC light and notice will come up because we have the Ohlins coilovers, but it does come stock with EDC, and you can turn that back on if you wanted to get rid of the Ohlins coilovers, which I don't know why you would. But again, interior, it's got this liner in here. You could take it out. Carpet's underneath. But here's the trunk. Pretty standard. Again, you can see the paint around almost all of the areas. It was originally silver. And then we'll go look at the engine bay. Had the valve cover gaskets swapped as of like 200 miles ago. It's had fresh oil change. Everything's been gone through. I pretty much said if there's anything that needs addressed, just do it. So all the fluids are fresh and flushed. They went and checked to make sure everything was not leaking. The rod bearings have been done. I have receipts for that. And the fuel actuators have been done as well, so you don't have to worry about that. It's got Ohlins road and track coilovers, which are amazing. Adjustable dampening and rebound. It's got the ground control camber plates. And it's got the AutoSolutions short shift kit. And it's got the CSL wheel. What else did I put on there? Not a ton. It's pretty basic for the most part. And then the Mr. 12 volt CarPlay, which, let's see if I can get a video of that. All right, so to use it, you use the iDrive functionality, which is actually pretty cool. It'll toggle back and forth. Pick CarPlay. See if it'll connect to my phone. All right, so now you can go through. You toggle with the iDrive setup. You can make phone calls. It uses the OE audio setup. You can go down and use pretty much any functionality you need. It's pretty cool, just like you would in your CarPlay. Pretty cool. Over here, we've got the 72,342 original miles. And it's got M Sport mode on it right here. You can see the M come on. And let's see if we can hear it a little bit. There you go. All right, so I turned the car off. It's got the AutoSolutions short shift kit, which if you drive a BMW is like a must-have, and it's like a 6-month wait for them. The cup holders both work and retract like normal. The T-Rex arms both work, and well, I guess they function. They don't work. They never worked on BMWs, but they operate correctly. All of these things, everything works. Let's see. I'll turn on actually windows. One touch all the way up. And let's see this side, same thing. And then let's see. They both go down nice and quick. So those are good. And it's got the BMW light on the ground at night, which you can't see right now. Little lighted door handle. And yeah, just overall super sharp looking car. So yeah, it's got all the right things on it. It drives and runs great. The alignment has been done, and I showed you most of the paint imperfections that I can see, that I have seen. There's a couple on the wheels too. Maybe I'll touch on those. I was considering getting some Apex wheels, and I didn't. That one's good. This one's got a couple spots right here that have been touched, and a little bit of scratching. And then on this side, let me see, there's a little bit of rash here too. And then a lot of brake dust. That's what the ribbing is. And this one's pretty good. Just a lot of dirty dust. And again, those caps are removed so that I can get those from ESR. Tire treads, not bad. I don't really like those tires, but if I were to get wheels and tires, it'd be cherry. All right, so the exhaust is currently set up. It was straight piped when I got it, and so it was really loud. And I did a lot of calls for work and stuff while I was driving, so I actually put a stock OEM 2010 BMW M3 exhaust on it, and it's pretty quiet now until you get past about 4,500, 5,000 RPMs, and then she rips. So the next project, I'm building basically a long travel F-150. So I'm looking for a 2015 or 2016 F-150 crew cab, 4x4, short bed, Lariat, with a 3.5 or a 5.0. Don't really care. I'm going to build a long travel kit on that and launch that with a local company, which is going to be really cool. So that's where the car is going. It's an exceptional car. She's ready to roll. It does have a rebuilt title, but it has all the right parts on it. So if you know cars, you watch my channel, it's been taken care of. It drives great. I think I've only put like less than 1,000 miles on it this year. And so yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. So let me know where you're at and what you plan to do with this thing, as I'd love to pass it on to another enthusiast, just like I did the Porsche, who's making its rounds from the East Coast to some tracks. And then now I think it's in Texas driving some tracks, which is super cool. So she's still going strong, twin turbo, 2.5 years later. So let me know, and thanks for watching.